Gav goes in. Big up yourselves, guys. Again, in a bit more familiar surroundings. But again, yeah, I've got. I'm going to the studio today to record some content. So, I thought I'd give you guys, a quick little stream. Obviously, I see some news breaking yesterday. Big up to Arsenal and Pakistan cricket team as well. So yeah, as I said, guys, I thought I'd give you guys some content. As I said, I'm going to the studio. I'm going to the studio to do some recording. So yeah, first time going to the studio with another guy that does a bit of well, I think he actually promotes clothes, actually, funny enough. So yeah, big up to Wayne Griffins, man. But yeah, as I said, guys, if anyone doesn't know, my first ever stream started obviously right here in my car, so again, yeah, I'm having to go back to familiar surroundings, but again, it's only a one-off. I said I'm going to the studio to do some recording, so obviously I'm gonna have to shoot in about, well, I'm gonna be driving about 10:30. So yeah, I'll do I'll do some content with you guys until I get there. But yeah, obviously some news broke last night, about a certain Manchester City's Rodri, and again, I think this, I don't want to say it, but could this be the beginning of the end for Rodri? Big up to Lumi Rain each and every time. Could this be the beginning of the end for Rodri? I mean, Rodri sustained that ACL injury last season, and obviously he's had a bit of a setback again. As Lumi's just said, ACLs are hard to recover from. They are, and again, I think a lot of players are doing ACLs. I think Maddison's just done his one. Levi Colwill has just done his one as well. So yeah, these ACL injuries, man, they're not a joke. So yeah, it's one of them things, and obviously he's had a setback as well. But guys, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of Man City? Do you think Man City go into the market? And again, it's funny how we've been talking about a certain Carlos Baleba. Could Man City get involved in the race for Carlos Baleba? Because I said at the start of the summer, when City signed Reinders, I said, if they've got a midfield of Reinders, Rodri, and obviously Rodri, as we know now, is missing until mid-September, why not go for a Carlos Baleba as well? And not to mention, Baleba's left-footed. They got Nico O'Reilly, who's just signed a new contract. But for me, O'Reilly, is he going to start regularly? I don't think so. Definitely not left back now, because Ait Nouri's there. And then you've got Gvardiol as well. And then you've got Kovacic as well. But Kovacic, again, his legs are starting to go. He's a good player. But I'm just thinking, could they get involved in the race for Reinders? That would be interesting. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. I've got a feeling City... I just can't see City leaving this window without at least signing another two players. And I think the fact that Rodri now is out to mid-September, that might make them push him with a midfielder. Remember before they were looking at Lucas Paqueta as well, left-footed. But again, man, it's going to be interesting to see if they actually go in for someone. Big up to Matthias Cunha, says Baleba is going to United. Yep, 100% hope so. And as I said, for any of you that have been watching this channel, you know that he's been the #1 target of mine. And it's looking likely that United are going to be pressing on with signing him. And as I said, I couldn't be any more excited for the season, man, if Baleba gets over the line. And I believe it does. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man, 100%. Big up to Chrism Ark. Big up to Chrism Ark. Lumi says, Marmoush is one of my favourite attackers in the league already. Big season for him. Yeah, listen, Omar Marmoush, is a very good player. And for me, Marmoush is a better fit for Man City than what Højlund is. If you look at Højlund, we know he gets goals. But Man City, when they play with Marmoush as a striker, they play actually better football, But obviously, Højlund's going to play. He's on that 10-year death row contract. He's getting paid. I heard he's getting paid something like 400 grand a week or something like that. So yeah, he's going to play. But as I said, man, yeah, as I said, I've just seen some news from Wayne. If you've got the actual sources that have actually said that, put that into the chat, because I hate when people just say stuff and it's not actually been confirmed. So Wayne's saying that Man City have put in a 104 million bid for Carlos Baleba, according to the rumours, and that's all they are, is rumours. You know, if anyone's got any concrete news about that, then put that into the chat. According to the Metro, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I think I've been watching Sky Sports this morning, and yeah, I've not seen nothing breaking. So yeah, listen, Man United for me are in the driving seat, and they're gonna get this deal over the line. I definitely do believe that. You know. Yeah, big up Lumi. If you can see, man, then put that in there. Yeah, put that in there. My morning coffee. I'm on the road in a minute. Guys, come on, we got 7 likes. Make sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub to the channel. So as I said, I'm back in the car again. You know, I've been in the car. My very first streams were in my car. Obviously things have changed up, but I'm actually on my way to the studio to do some recording. So again, I'm gonna have to be leaving in about 10:30 to get there on time for 11. So about half hour from me. So I thought I'd give you guys a little stream. And again, I'll be interacting as I'm driving. I'm gonna say that quietly, but yeah. So obviously, if I don't get back to your comments, I will try and get back to them in about 10 minutes. Well, if in about 10 minutes or so, if I can't get back to them, then I will try and just skim through them, you know. But yeah, big up yourselves each and every time for coming through. It's much appreciated. But yeah, guys, what do you think about the Rodri injury? So mid-September, you know, obviously isn't too bad, but I think City will be gutted that he is missing for, you know, the whole of August, and then obviously part of September as well. So I just got a feeling they go into the market, and Baleba could be one of the names that they're looking at. I'm trying to think of what other midfielders that could be targeted by them. I mean, if we look in the Premiership, we look at the lower teams. Is there anyone that stands out? I'm not too sure. And again, because it's late in the window as well, you know, the season's starting, shall I say, I think a lot of teams are not going to want to part with their players. So, yeah. I mean, you got Angelo Stiller. A lot of people have been banging on about Angelo Stiller as well. I've not really seen too much of Stiller, but he's someone that a lot of fans seem to like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if City brings someone in. I think the obvious name, as we know, as I've mentioned, is Baleba. But I'm just praying that United just get that over the line. And I believe they will anyway. So, yeah, I believe they will. Gav, Wayne is being honest. The Mirror have also reported it. No way. No way. Yeah, but again, the Mirror. Do you actually believe the Mirror? Dr. Snorkel says, does your car have turbo? It doesn't. My TTS I used to have did though. Big up, man. Guys, if anyone's got the reports of Baleba being a bid being put in for Baleba, then please put that in the chat, because again, I've been saying this from the very start, why City haven't gone for him. And if City have put a bid in, which again I don't believe, it's gonna be crazy, man, because yeah, Man United just have to get it done, man. So Chrism Ark says, how's man singing with a nunny nose? You can't blame the nose on the processed sugars from last night, fam. Don't know what that is. Big up to Emre. It's a Turkish guy in the chat. Big up. Nothing but love here, Gav. And 8 weeks with no processed sugars will also clean the skin of the temple dark patches. Yeah. Lumi Rain says, Chelsea fans all raving about that young Brazilian, him, Dauman, and Ngumoha, potentially all generational. So yeah, listen, I know I think I've spoken about Max Dauman before. Like, Max Dauman for me is very talented, you know, but is he going to get regular game time this season? You doubt it, because he isn't good enough, but when you've got Madueke that was just signed, Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, Ethan Nwaneri that can all play where he plays, you know, it's unlikely that he's going to be getting much game time, but he's definitely got a lot of potential for sure. William Esteval, again, I do like, you know, and there's high hopes for him. Again, I done a poll, and I said that, can Esteval reach Lamine Yamal's level? You know, and the majority of the votes said that he can. So, but yeah, Esteval is promising, he is. But if he can reach Yamal's level, then he's going to have a good career, man, 100%. But, and Rio Ingamoha, as we said before, you know, Rio, I've seen Rio, you know, live in person playing, you know, playing up against him as well. So yeah, I believe he's got a huge potential. So yeah, listen, there's some good talent coming through, man. You know, 2 of them being English as well. So we have to wait and see, man, because they're at big clubs. You know, they're at Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal. And are they going to get the game time, which is going to be what everyone's going to be looking at. According to ESPN, Arsenal are eyeing Ademola Lookman. Do you know what? Lookman be a very good signing, and he'll be a massive upgrade on Martinelli and Trossard. So if they are looking at him, then that's good business, man. That is good business. That is very good business. It's just rumours at the moment, Lumi. Cool. Okay. Listen, listen, you guys ain't getting Rodrigo. Allow that. Guys, I'm gonna get moving now anyway. But keep your comments coming in, and I will try and interact with them as and when I can, as I said. RB London. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. Wayne, I'm guessing you're an Arsenal supporter as well then. But that can't be true, man. No way. I don't think Tottenham fans would actually allow that, would they? No? Yeah, I've not heard nothing about that. So Lumi says, I really want Madueke to just be depth, but I agree, Gav. Almost had to bib at someone, cutting the corner. But kept my cool, man. Kept my cool, but I was almost back to bib. Listen, Lumi, yeah, you can wrap up Madueke and cotton wool all you want. I think if we're being serious, that is a poor sign. Not Madueke. That is a very poor signing, man. For 52 million. I think if Madueke from Chelsea and he cost, I don't know, let's say 30 mil, let's say, like what Chelsea done when they first got him, you know, I'd probably say, do you know what? I don't understand the signing, but fair enough. He only cost 30 mil. But you spent 52 million on him, and you're going to have to justify why he starts. Because, as I keep saying, there's no player, there's no way Arsenal, should I say, can sign someone for 52 million when we all know they needed someone that is going to take them to, you know, the next level in terms of winning titles, going for Champions League. And I'm sorry, but Noni Madueke is just not going to do that. He's just not going to do that because, again, he wasn't even a starter for really for Chelsea. So to say that he's going to come in, and I get it, you are going to hope he does well, you know, and obviously the Arsenal fan base are going to need him to do well. But again, I just can't see it, man. I just can't see it. And again, if he does play, that means Arsenal's philosophy on how Arteta plays is going to be changed, because, as I said, Madueke is left-footed and he's not going to start ahead of Saka, which means that if you do start him, he's going to be on the left-hand side, and that means then there's no more inverting. So again, it's crazy, really, why they actually went in for him, you know. But again, he's there now, and that's Arsenal's problem. But 52 million on Noni Madueke, for me personally, is poor business. It is poor business. And again, you've got Ethan Wanyeri, you know, who will want who will want more game time. Again, Wanyeri signed a new contract as well, so again, he's gonna have to be promised game time. You know, you got Saka again, who's an automatic starter for them. You know, so it is surprising, man, but it is what it is. Big up to Brax River Boys. Yeah, I'm not an Arsenal fan, you clown. So what are you talking about, man? I'm just talking about football. I'm not an Arsenal fan. Don't just come in there and just start, you know, chatting rubbish, unless you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I'm guessing that was meant for me anyway. That comment. So, big up to Arsenal and Pakistan cricket team. So big up to Hamza Umar name. GavGoesIn. Yeah, GavGoesIn. That's my channel. As I said, I don't normally stream from my car. You know, I'm normally, you know, at home, and I'm on my way to the studio. So yeah, obviously I've always got my banner behind me most times anyway. So yeah, channel's called GavGoesIn. Make sure you guys check it out. And again, as always, guys, make sure you sub to the channel, and make sure you guys are smashing the like button. We got 8 likes at the moment. Make sure you smashing the like button, guys. Big up yourselves. And guys, check out the post from this morning. I've done a post this morning that should have come out already now. I can't actually remember the post I've done, but yeah, make sure you guys do check that out. Brax Riverboy says Saka is the most overrated player of all time. Yeah, I mean, the way some Arsenal fans talk about him, you'd think that he's the best right winger, or one of the best right wingers they've ever seen. You know, for me, I think Saka's a good player, but I think some people do go overboard with Saka. You know, I think Saka is a very good footballer. You know, he's a good footballer, but in terms of the way some fans talk about Saka, yeah, not for me, man. Not for me. But I do like him. I do think he's good. But as I said, I think Wanyeri is a lot more talented than Saka. You know, I think Wanyeri, if you look at Wanyeri, you know, I think he's got a better touch. You know, I think technically he's better as well. I just think what Saka has over Wanyeri is obviously the experience. And again, Saka is someone that guarantees a certain amount of numbers as well. So whether they are from the penalty spot. But yeah, no, I do think he's a good player. But the way some fans, especially Arsenal fans, talk about him, you'd think that this guy is, you know, one of the best players they've ever seen. Aston Villa signed Evan N'Gessand. Yeah, I think I touched on this yesterday. So Evan N'Gessand from Nice, 28 mil. To be fair, it's a good signing for Aston Villa. You know, he'll fit into Aston Villa's philosophy as well, in how they will play under Unai Emery. And I think the thing with Unai Emery, you know, whenever Unai Emery signs a player, he very rarely gets it wrong, you know, because he's just a very good coach. So I do believe that N'Gessand, obviously, he'll be batting Ollie Watkins for a starting place. I mean, Ollie Watkins, you'd assume, is going to be number 1 still. I know there was talk about Watkins falling out with Unai Emery, but to be honest with you, you'd assume that he's still going to be number 1. I'd be very surprised if N'Gessand comes in and Watkins finds himself on the bench. I'd be very surprised. But again, it's a good signing, and they need another striker. But they also signed a young striker from Feyenoord called Zeppakino Redmond, who's quite rated highly as well. So yeah, listen, they've got some replacements in, because I think, to me now, I still don't understand why they allowed John Duran to go. I know it was a lot of money that Al Nassr were offering for him and the club, but they should have tried to do everything possible to keep John Duran at the club, because I think John Duran, as I keep saying, is going to be one of the best strikers in Europe in the next couple of years. I do think he's that good. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, guys, keep your comments coming in. I will try my best to get back to them. Big up to Lumi. So Lumi thinks that Arsenal are going to beat United 3-2 in the first league game of the season. You know what? What I will say, I think, like my kind of, how do we say it? My kind of, the way that I see Man United, you know, even though Man United have been poor over the last, you know, well, I say last couple of years, they've been poor for a long while. You know, when it comes to games against Arsenal, you know, I think I'm always optimistic in the sense that I think